Good afternoon, everyone. I am humbled and honored to stand before you all this afternoon to discuss a program in an organization that has made a positive impact on my life. If you do the math, Danny mentioned that I started Drew Charter School at 21. I mean, not 21, but 2001. And I often get the question of how old are you every time I attend conferences of this nature. So I would like to dispel a few questions while I'm up here and I have the platform. At age 22, I earned my master's degree in higher education administration from Georgia Southern University, and at age 23 years old, I am the youngest professional staff member at the University of South Carolina Upstate. With all things being considered, I would not be standing here today if it were not for the efforts of the Eastlake Foundation. My journey began over a decade ago when I walked in as a fifth grader, and I just want you all to picture this. You are coming home, and you have a child, and this child tells you, "Mom or Dad, the kids can't read." Unfortunately, this was a reality for my mother as I told her this after going to a school that is now defunct. As any concerned parent would do, my mom made sacrifices for me to attend Drew after doing research and talking to people in the community. And ever since I walked through those doors at Drew Charter School, my life was transformed forever. Aside from the personal one-on-one interactions I received from the teachers there, just the resources and opportunities were limitless. I remember going on different college tours as a young student and just knowing that the idea of going to college wouldn't be so far-fetched. I always knew that I would attend college and I always knew that I would be successful thanks to the reinforcements of Drew Charter School and most importantly, the Eastlake Foundation. As I advanced in my growth and development as an adolescent, I eventually hit 8th grade. And at that time, the Drew Junior and Senior Academy was not formed yet. So I did research and I came across Carver Early College High School, which is the first early college program in the state of Georgia. And I had the pleasure of being a part of that first graduating class. With that said, it allowed me to procure 30 credit hours from Georgia State University as I entered in my freshman year at Georgia Southern University. With this in mind, the connection at Eastlake still transpired. It still existed through the Crew Teams program. Now, Crew Teams stands for Creating Responsible, Educated Working Teams, and I can attest to that they did that. I remember SAT and ACT waivers being provided to me. I remember going on those same college tours, however, with a different mindset, knowing that college was just around the corner. I remember just the warmth and support that I felt from the staff members at Crew Teams, and just to make it even more personal, one of the Crew Teams staff members who's no longer at that position was my reference for me to get this job. That's how deep it is. I'm not making any of this up. And as I continued and grew as a professional and more so as an adult, I attended Georgia Southern University, where I was an Ann and Thomas Cousins Scholarship. So I would just like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Cousins, who are looking at me right now. I would just like to thank them for the opportunities that they've given me and my peers. Now, usually when college students go away, they like to come home. And every time I came home for the summer, I knew that I had a job because the Eastlake Foundation provided me with employment for the summer. I worked at the Eastlake Learning Community Garden, and I also was an intern at the Eastlake Foundation itself. Now, the importance of this is that I always saw things as a student. However, working alongside the dedicated administrators at the Eastlake Foundation, I began to appreciate the work of nonprofits. So with that said, I would like for you all to give yourselves a hand for the hard work and dedication that you do in your communities. Now, another question that I often get asked is, why do you still give back? Why are you still connected to this community? And it is because I don't ever want it to be a situation where I hear a student from my community say, Mom or Dad, the kids can't read. I never want to be in a situation where I'm walking down the street and a kid is so intimidated by my presence that we can't have that connection. So that's why I go back and I volunteer my time as well as donate so that programs like this can continue to create global informed citizens of the United States. So with this in mind, I want to leave you all with a quote. Nelson Mandela once stated that education is the most powerful tool you can use to change the world. And with the Eastlake Foundation, I know that this quote holds relevance to my life. Thank you.